You ever met somebody that has a very strong opinion about something and wants everybody to know about it, but lets everyone know about it in a very cringe and stupid way? And the whole time you're thinking to yourself, listen, you can have your opinion. That's fine. We should all be allowed to have an opinion. But don't be a loser about it. Don't make it your entire personality and just throw it on everybody's faces in the dumbest way possible. That's what's happening right now with former NBA player Enes Kanter and everything that's going on between him and the WNBA. For anyone that may not know what I'm talking about, let me just take it to the beginning. Earlier this month, Enes Kanter dropped a very cringe video online, basically announcing his eligibility to partake or participate in the WNBA draft next year because of, I guess, some unspecified rules in the WNBA's rulebook for drafting players, drafting women, and potentially transgender athletes as well. Mr. Kanter is basically trying to pretend like he's caring about women and protecting women in the league from, anybody who wants to go in the league. Listen, I can identify myself as a woman. That's basically what he's trying to do. Because the rule book isn't very specific on specific details, he's basically saying like, yeah, if that's what you guys are going to do, I'm a woman. Let me go in the draft. And he did so in a very stupid way, in my opinion. Because the real issue at hand for him is this whole transgender athletes being able to participate in the WNBA or, vice versa, whatever the case may be. That's what his issue is. That's what the problem is for him. And since then, he hasn't really stopped. In fact, he's kind of put his foot on the gas even more so, really just talking up how he's going to be the greatest WNBA player ever with whatever team drafts him. Like, he's going to be the greatest ever and, all this kind of stuff. He went on Fox News talking about it.
So I played basketball in NBA for 11 years. I mean, I averaged a double-double, and it was an amazing time. I had so much fun with my teammates. So I love the game, and I am ready to play. I'm prepared to play. So I know I'm 34 years old, and I think I will be the best draft pick in WNBA history, literally.
We know that there have been meetings between kind of the legal authorities, some of the owners of the teams, to talk about this. What do you think should happen here?
So there's other major sports league obviously closed that loophole. They added like a biological, female or born female in their collective bargaining. But when I looked at them at WNBA, they didn't have any kind of, reference that says biological or anything like that. So I was like, and all the coaches, I was watching this game, and I believe the coach of the Minnesota, right, came out with that trans kids belong. So I was like, if there's no rule against this, if all the coaches are okay with it, think about how much money I can bring. Think about all the endorsement deals.
Well, it's interesting.
And again, the funny thing is he went on Fox News of all places to explain himself and really move himself up as a potential candidate for being drafted. I mean, come on, man. Are we being serious? Now, up to this point, again, the issue is presented in a way that I think makes sense for everybody. His issue is that he thinks that the WNBA needs to have stricter rules about who can actually participate in the league. And that's whatever your opinion is on that, that's what it is, okay? If you don't believe that transgender women should have a right to play in the WNBA, okay, that's your opinion, fine. But the way that he's going about it, like putting himself, at the forefront of this conversation because he's a man and wants to manipulate whatever bylaws or whatever, whatever's not being specified in the rule book to participate in the draft, it's just ridiculous. It's so stupid on its face, especially because of the fact that right now, as at least from what I understand, the league doesn't have any transgender athletes as we speak. And, even if they did, that's what the league wants to do. Okay. And if they want to make a rule, if they want to make a vote, okay, cool. That makes sense. Not what you're doing. So this entire thing that Enes Kanter has been doing only got elevated last night after he attended the Chicago Sky game, which, by the way, apparently was already known that he was going to be attending the game, but he came with this shirt that basically had the word woman on it and the definition of what a woman is or something. I mean, you'll see it in a second. It was during the game between the Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever, which, by the way, Caitlin Clark was going crazy. But yeah, you'll see what happened between Kanter and Natasha Cloud right over here.
6-point basketball game. Chicago staying in it. Natasha Cloud.
As you can see, that's his shirt. He's just standing up, just say, hey, everyone, look at me right now. Look at what I'm wearing. He's like that guy, that one guy that like had this clip where he was wearing that Trump shirt or whatever on a plane, and he was recording himself to see how many people would notice, and then no one actually cared about the shirt or hat that he was wearing, whatever it was. That's basically what Kanter is doing here. But again, he's making all this fuss, bringing all this attention to him with a shirt that just says woman and adult human female highlighted. You get it. But yeah, they just keep going here.
Before the break, this was the scene inside Wintrust Arena after Natasha Cloud got that bucket. She wanted her voice heard.
He's being so smug about it. It's crazy. He's just trying to take it all in. Dude, this is the most attention that Enes Kanter has had, even more than anything that he did in the league. No one cared or even was looking at Enes Kanter this much ever in the league. But of course, now that he wants to, really stir up a ruckus, yeah, of course, now he's trying to take it all in. And like I've been saying, and like what I said earlier in the video, it's not what Enes Kanter is saying. I mean, I guess what is part of it, but it's also how he's going about it. It's how he's saying what he's trying to say. And just look at his Twitter page here, man. This is just so cringe. His post, I just got kicked out of a WNBA game for supporting women. Let that sink in, America. Oh man, look how unfair I'm being treated. Dude, shut up. Look at this. It's always women hating on other women. This picture, it's halftime and I need to use the restroom. Rules are rules with the woman bathroom tag being put up there. This is just so stupid. This is stupid. This is such loser behavior, especially from a guy that's trying to pass himself off as human rights activist, Nobel Prize nominee. I didn't even know that. I mean, congratulations to him, I guess. I know he's been vocal about other things going on in the world and all that kind of good stuff. So congratulations to him on that, I guess. But the way that he's going about this is so stupid. Because again, it's really a non-issue right now. If the league did have a transgender player, then he could at least use that and kind of say, hey, well, you have a player here. I don't think that should be allowed, and then go on your merry way. Because it's an opinion and you want to make that heard. Fine. But the league doesn't have, it's not an issue right now. If it is down the road, go right ahead, say what you want to say, but just don't be so smug about it. Don't be, he's doing all this with a smile on his face, saying that he's going to be the best player in the league and that he's a woman, he sees himself as a woman because of the rules. It's just all so dumb and cringy and just big straight up loser behavior. What makes it even funnier is that he was actually there to support, I guess, Sophie Cunningham, who's a friend of his, I guess. And Sophie Cunningham doesn't have a great reputation as well right now with, with all the stuff that she's been doing and everything that she supports and stuff. So I just think that's really funny. But yeah, this clearly isn't going to end anytime soon. And that's very unfortunate for the league because I'm sure they don't want to deal with this either. I'm sure plenty of players in the league clearly are very concerned and disturbed with what Enes Kanter is doing. Because no matter which side that you're on the whole transgender thing, whether you think they're allowed to play in women's sports or not allowed to play in women's sports, whatever side you're on, this is just a disgusting way to go about it. I mean, this is almost an attack on those people, and it's just not fair. It's not right. It's, at least in my opinion, I just don't think that this is the way to go about this particular issue. If you feel one way or another, fine, that is your opinion. But going about it like this in such a smug and arrogant way, it does feel like a complete slap in the face to transgender people. And that's not right and that's not fair. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. And until next time, peace.